Good morning, welcome back to Casa.texpina. It's Monday just before Christmas and we are on build day number 238 today. Working our way slowly through the week. It's a holiday week, so I'm assuming we're gonna have a few people that are starting their holidays early. So let's walk around, take a look, see where everybody's at today, and let's get started. Start out over here in the bunkhouse, making sure to look out for our friends the cobras so that the cobras don't show up. And Mr. JR is putting a little bit of lacquer on the cabinet doors to get a little bit of a sealer prior to putting on the macias, which he's getting ready to do right there. So we're going to do macias and then we'll sand it down again. And they'll start looking like those already finished over here in the corner, prepped for paint. Let's go see what everybody else is doing. Gonna be a quiet day, I'm thinking, because we've only got about half of our crew on site. So, as I mentioned in the intro, I think some of them started their holiday a little early. So, we got Mr. Stanley is working on painting some of the cabinet drawers. So also Mr. Allen and Mr. Alex are continuing to work on the cabinetry for here inside of the utility room. So we're getting started in here. Mr. Lance is assisting, doing a little bit of site cleanup. And coming on in, we've got Folk Music Monday morning here, and our other two painters are here doing painting on the sanding and painting on the archway. So you see Mr. Henry's doing some sanding on the archway, and Mr. Wilson is getting started with the airbrush of the primer paint. So that's what we're working on, is priming the paint. Let's go look back in the back. I think we've got one or two other people inside. Over here on this side of the house, Mr. Birdie is continuing to work his way down the staircase, putting in the baseboards, working his way down here, making sure not to crimp the wiring for our LED lights. Okay, and then we've got one more person over on the excuse me, over on the master side of the house. Other than that, our lone electrician, Mr. Chucks, is assisting the couple of laborers doing a little bit of site cleanup before we get started with the rest of the day. So it's nice to have a nice clean site to work in before you get started. And then our last laborer out here, Mr. Jonathan, is helping to work and clean some of the site. So we're gonna have a nice clean place for all the looky-loos as they go by during the Christmas season over the next 2 weeks. Well, our welders showed back up today. So we're going to continue working on two things at once today. Mr. Mavic, Buck as they call him, is up here. He's doing a little bit of sanding on our canopy, getting it prepped for another round of primer over the top of those welds. And then also our the other two are installing grills. Unfortunately, with the canopies, the awning windows, we've got to put the bars on the outside, which is not ideal, but otherwise the way that the window installers put in the awning windows, they didn't push them all the way to the edge to where we could put the grills on the inside. Instead, if you look on the inside of the windows, no space at all. So you've got just the space for the window and the screens, and no space for being able to put a grill. So we've decided to go with the grill as close to the edge on the outside as possible. We'll still be able to open the awnings, but just enough to get a little bit of air through. Oh well, live and learn. All right, our glass installers have returned this week to finish up on the 2 glass shower enclosures. So they put the silicone strip here in the middle between the doorway and the glass. On theirs, this strip, I've never seen this before, something different. It has a magnetic strip here on the inside. So when you go to close it, it really holds kind of tight. You can see it kind of shakes the whole door when you go to open it up. So really good, nice tight seal. It's also got a little bit of silicone edging, kind of like this, down along the bottom to keep the water from coming underneath the door. And then we've got silicone sealant all along the bottom edge and side of the glass. So should be very good. Shouldn't have any water from the shower coming into the bath side or into the toilet side. But if it does, we've got a floor drain, so no sweat. Okay, in the master bath, we've got the guys doing the remaining piece of the install, and just to make sure it's done right, the boss is out. The boss for JRE window, Premier Windows, came out just to make sure everything is going correctly. So, looks good so far, and we'll see it when it's finished. All right, we get finished with the installation here for the master's bath, the shower enclosure. Same as what was in the other, in the Jack and Jill bath. It's got the magnetic strip here that holds on, that makes sure that the connection is tight. And we're using that all the way down. And they've secured it here to the tiling as well. Also put in the extra sealant going along the edge and side of the glass, so we don't get water from that side coming to this side and vice versa. So that's done. Great job by JRE Premier Windows. Look them up on Facebook. All right, this afternoon we're doing lots of painting. So we got a little bit of the paint and prep Macias stuff for our islands are working. Also, get a little bit of painting going on inside the dirty kitchen cabinetry. And the linen closet, linen cabinet is getting painted, as well as we're still working on the arches, getting these all ready to go. Lots of painting here in the master closet. Mr. Allen has gotten lots and lots of drawers ready to go, so he's starting to install our drawers here in the lower sections. Oh, nice, very smooth. All right, here in bedroom 2, Mr. Ferdy is taking a little break from the stairwell baseboards, and we're hanging doors again. So got a little bit of trim work to do to make it fit the opening, and he's going to get started on that. I'll show you when he gets it hung in place. All right, guys, so on a point of note, if for some ungodly reason such as ours, you have to put the bars, the security grills, safety grills, on the outside of the house, not on the inside, but on the outside. Make sure that their securing points are welded in place You don't want to leave screw heads exposed. See, we got a little bit here, but you can't put a screwdriver into it. You want to make sure to cover this and get it secured so that an opportunist is not able to come in and use a screwdriver or something to pry that open and pry it out. So we are still working on these and they will be secured. But just a point of note, don't leave any screw holes on the outside. Opportunists do like to use the screws and undo the screws and welcome themselves into your home. Just a point of note. All right, we're done with the little bit of primer paint. So now we're putting on the paint. Mr. Mavic here is working on painting our grid system for the ceiling, for the canopy. So, a little stretching, you'll get there. Always funny, they put the shortest guy on the tallest structures and then expect him to reach all the pieces. Mr. Alex is continuing to work on our cabinetry here. So we've got the basics, we got the basic all put out. He's working on the side, and we're going to go back across the top before they start filling in what all the middle is going to look like. All right, well, this afternoon we made a little bit of headway here. Our drawers are starting to make themselves seen, make them presence known. So we got the sliding drawers underneath these three. I believe we're going to have those underneath all of these. Where you see the big cabinet, that's where we're going to have sets of drawers all the way around. We have plenty of drawers. And that's good because I have plenty of socks and t-shirts, and Miss Emie has other things that need to be in drawers. So, lots of room for hanging clothes. Yeah, looking good in here in the master closet. And again, we did get our door finished for the master shower. It's kind of hard to tell on the screen, but there is plenty of shoulder room. Let's see if I can get this. See, plenty of shoulder room here for taking a bath, taking a shower. I am not cramped at all. That shouldn't be a problem. All right, guys, it's yabba dabba do time. Another Monday done in the books. This week's going to be a very short week. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and then holidays. So let's tune back in tomorrow for more fun just before Christmas. So if y'all like today's video, I saw Miss Emie go behind me. If y'all like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here. You'll be subscribed, hit the bell icon just below the view screen. You'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again tomorrow, have a great afternoon and God bless. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O